Jesus.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of GyalDem City meets ManDem United on Friday night on Sarcasm City TV. My name is Janica, as you all know, and I'm accompanied by my co-host, Mr. Flawless Take Note, Man United fan, but apart from that, he's all right. So, yeah, today we're going to talk title challenges because obviously we're both in with a shout of the title as it stands. So, Flawless.
Yes, lovely Man City. What's going on?
Yeah, can you see your team finishing where they are right now?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I hate to be a downer on it. I don't want to be negative. I hate the fact that I'm saying these words, but I said this on the show we just did, Agenda FC. I said it on that. I've said it on every other show I've been on. Do I believe this Manchester United team can win the league? No, and that's simply because of the manager. That being said, that isn't going to stop me from riding this top of the league shit till the wheels fall off, because we are currently top of the league. So I just want to say good evening, good night, welcome to all the supporters of the teams who are top of the league, not these man in fourth, you know what I'm saying, or wherever they are. I mean, it's high up here and that, innit? Wherever you lot, third, I don't know where, yous ain't first, innit? You know what I mean? Joint set, wherever yous are at, innit? Second losers, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody can be top, you know what I'm saying? And that. But all jokes aside, no, I don't believe we can. I don't believe we can. We're literally here because of the individual brilliance of our players. Like, I don't really give the man. Obviously, I give Ollie credit because the way he handled the Pogba situation has been immense. And Pogba has been very good in this run of Manchester United's recent good form. He's been very good. Like, he could have easily frozen out Pogba and said, I'm not playing him. He'll never play for the club again. Blah, blah, blah. But no, he's playing him, and Pogba's also playing higher up the pitch. So I don't know if that's due to Pogba. I don't know if that's due to Ollie. But props to Ollie. And I don't know what McAteer is talking about. It's a false position and that. Like, no, it's a legitimate position. United have picked up more points than everybody else. This is why we're top of the league. That's my thoughts on it.
I haven't seen that comment.
Well, Jason, you didn't hear what Jason McAteer said? Yeah, he came out. He was on Sky, innit? Jason McAteer? Nah.
I didn't realize that.
Nah. Jason McAteer did an interview on Sky and basically said we're in a false position. Mine is that.
I think, you know what it is? I think it's one of them things where, because this season's been so wild, like, because it's mad, because Tottenham, when they were doing well, they said to them they haven't beaten a top six side, like traditional top six. Tottenham went out then and beat, did they beat Chelsea?
When did they play them?
Or did they draw with Chelsea? I can't remember. And they beat Man City. And then people started taking them a bit more seriously in the title race, innit? Because they beat them teams. They said the same about Chelsea. They haven't beaten a top six side. I still don't think Tottenham have. I mean, Chelsea have, because they lost to City, they lost to Arsenal. They drew with Man United, was it? I don't even know.
Who?
Chelsea.
Yeah, they drew with us lot. Yeah.
So they haven't beaten a top six side. So this is kind of why Chelsea have been kind of ruled out a little bit. And apparently Man United also haven't beaten a top six side. So this is why people are saying about the positioning in the league. It's not as, even though it looks great at the moment, some of the people are in kind of, I wouldn't say it's a false position because you are in that position.
That's it.
At the same time, you need to beat the people around you to stay there. Do you know what I mean? So I think a lot relies on Sunday. Obviously, if you beat Liverpool, Liverpool can find themselves in fifth if they don't beat Man United, because we're below Liverpool with, well, when they play, it'll be 2 games in hand. And we're only, 2 points behind Liverpool right now? So if we win our game, we'll go above Liverpool if they lose. And then there's Tottenham. I think if they win, they're only 3 points behind Liverpool. So all of these teams, and I think they've got a better goal difference, so all of these teams can find themselves above Liverpool if Liverpool do not beat Man United. So it's one of them things where, as much as you have to win to stay top, they also need to win to stay in the top 4. Because it's not even a case of Man City. If Man City draw, we've still got a game in hand on Liverpool. So if they lose, it doesn't really matter. We can still go above them, even if we don't win our game. Just not obviously straight away. And Everton play Leicester. So they both can't lose. So one of them is either winning or they're both getting a point. And I think, if I remember correctly, they're on 32 points. So if they get 1 point, they go on the same points as Liverpool.
I'm literally going to check the table now. Go on, keep going. I'm going to check the table now, innit?
Yeah, because I checked it the other day, and it's basically, if Liverpool don't win, they're in trouble of not staying in the top four. Not saying they're going to fall back because there's only a couple of points in it, but that's just the way it goes. And this season, like the way it's going, it's kind of mad because you can be 8th 1 week, first within 2 weeks. Like City, realistically, if you and Liverpool draw, City could end up being top of the league when we were like 8th a week or two ago. Do you know what I mean?
So I'm looking at United are on 36 points. Liverpool are on second on 33 points.
Yeah.
Just want to pick that out there again. Manchester United top of the league on 36 points. Yeah, I mean, let me just so everyone knows in it. So in first position, Manchester United, top of the league with 36 points. Second at Liverpool with 33. Manchester City with 32, but do have a game in hand. Leicester on 32. Everton also on 32. Tottenham on 30, and then you got Southampton all the way in 7th, and they're on 29 points.
So basically, even if we draw, we go above Liverpool if they don't beat Man United. I think if you beat them 2-0, we go above them. Even if we draw, we don't even have to win. This is the crazy thing, because I think their goal difference is 2 better than ours. So if you beat them 2-0, so it's mad. This season is mad. It's not, and that's why I feel like people are saying you're in a false position. It's not a false position in terms of the points, because clearly, like I would say, when teams like Man City are in 9th, that's a false position because we're not going to finish 9th. So it's not a case of, okay, they're going to stay there all season. Kind of like Arsenal, when Arsenal were like near relegation. They're not going to stay there. They're going to climb up the table a little bit at some point. So it's one of them things. I think that's what people are saying. But yeah, you've got I think this season, I think there's about, like in terms of points wise, there's about 10 teams that are in the title race right now, because you can't rule out teams that are 5 points below you.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, their Liverpool's goal difference is 4 better than yours at the minute. They have plus 16.
Okay, so we'd have to win. Yeah, we'd have to win. Yeah.
Just to get that out there. But now I get what you're saying. You make valid points. Like I said, false position is the wrong thing. That just sounds like hating. There's no such thing as a false position. Like you can then debate after that, will that team finish there? That's different. I've said as a United fan, are we going to finish first? No. But give us credit for being first. You got to give Ollie credit for being first. You got to give the players credit for being first, because they've accumulated more points than every other team to be in that situation. If 17 games in, someone would have said Manchester United will be top of the league, everyone would have said, what? Me included. So the fact that we're there and currently in the title race when we really shouldn't be is props to the team, props to the players. Big up RB who says subscribe to your new. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. I mean, subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. If you're watching on YouTube right now, hit the like button on the video. Share it across all your socials as well. Share it. Let's get as many people in here as possible. Subscribe. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. As you can see there, the lovely, beautiful Yan City there modeling the Sarcasm City merch. We are gonna sort out the membership as well. We are gonna do it this month and aim to launch it this month. You'll definitely get it back in February, but the aim is this month. But you know, we be on black people time from time to time. You know what I mean? And as my Don Lewis says, lateness is greatness. So it is what it is. Here we go. Let's see. This is interesting. So Glaze is out. He says, if this was Poch in the same position, would you still want him out? No, because if Poch is in this position, I genuinely believe we can win the league. I am coming on here with a different energy. I say this all the time, man. I can literally just record a video of me on one of these and then play the same video, and I can just chill and go about my life. Because I say the same thing over and over and over again. United have the potential to go 6 points clear at the top of the league this weekend, potentially with other results going our way. That being said, we can go 6 points clear and nobody believes we are genuine title contenders. Yancy ain't worried about us. No rival fan is worried about us. No Manchester United fans legit believe we can. You ain't worried. Are you worried about us? All jokes aside, yeah.
No. You know what it is? This season is very much like
See, that's a no, people. She ain't worried in that. Look at her, she's smiling over there. You get me? She's not even scared or nothing. She thinks we're a joke.
It's like a Leicester season because the top teams are not doing as well as they normally do. Even Man United, you know what I mean? I think you lost 3 games. At this point in the season, that's not great from a Man United point of view. Do you know what I mean? 2 games for City at this point is ridiculous. Like, the last couple of times we won the league, it's been talks of invincible at this, you know, till later on in the season. Same with Liverpool. So normally in a title race, there's at least one team that's unbeaten, or they've drawn 1 game or something like that. Like Liverpool have drawn 6 games. That's a lot. You know what I mean? And if they beat you, they're top of the table with 6 drawn and 2 lost. That's not usual for this league. But at the same time, this league's kind of reminded me of 2014. I think it was 13-14, because that was interesting because there was a 2-horse race at February times, and it was Chelsea against Liverpool. And everyone was saying, I remember I had a birthday party. So my birthday is obviously start of Feb. And I had a birthday party, and some Chelsea fan came and they were laughing at me saying, haha, Chelsea are winning the league this year. And I was like, well, you don't know yet. It's early days. Like, the way the league's going, it's not that clear. And he was like, nah. Chelsea will win it. Liverpool ain't going to win it. And then the end, it ended up being Liverpool against Man City, and City won it. So I think as much as it's like a Leicester season in that everyone's kind of beating everyone, but I think 2014 where they're sort of, because even they're running with this agenda now that it's a Liverpool versus United title race. Like, how can you say that when if Liverpool lose, Everton and Leicester draw and City win, they're 5th. You can't say that it's a title race when they could be out of the top 4 by the end of the week. Like, I know it's close, and I would expect Liverpool to challenge, and that's why I want a draw at the weekend. I don't want United to win. I don't want Liverpool to win. I do think in the long run, it will be worse if Liverpool win, because I do think Liverpool will challenge us. If, say, we go for the league and we are up there at the end, I do think Liverpool will be closest to us. So obviously, in that respect, I don't want Liverpool to get 3 points. But at the same time, it's one of them things where you just don't know. This season's been a bit crazy. Like, I'm not confident for Crystal Palace, who is our next game, because we have struggled against Crystal Palace the past couple of years at the Etihad. We're not too bad at Selhurst, but at the Etihad, we've kind of struggled a little bit. So I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens. But this season's just a weird one. Like, normally you'd go into a Crystal Palace game thinking, yeah, should get the 3 points. But it's just, this season's mad. And this is why I'm thinking, normally, Man United don't win at Anfield. But because of the way this season's going, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that you will lose. I'm not. I hope.
I don't think we'll lose. I don't think we'll lose.
Because a draw is better. Because I never want Man United to win. Like, some people are saying, our City fans want United to win. No City fan ever wants United to win. I think
know what? And the feeling's mutual. The feeling's mutual.
Yeah, I think some City fans, if you said to them, right, Man United win and you stay up, Man United losing, you go down, City fans will say, we'll go down. Like, honestly, the City fans are that certain that they will never, ever, ever back.
No, I get it. I'm with it, innit? I hate you lot to the max, innit? You lot, Leeds, Liverpool, the whole night. I hope Newcastle. I want to use all to get relegated in that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to use all gone. Everyone who's gassed about Leeds coming back. I wasn't gassed. Leave him in the gutter. You know what I'm saying? Say again.
I just laughed.
All right. Yeah, leave them in the gutter and that. Big up 187 Gangster Crip, who says, big up Jan, flawless. Nice to see you, Jan repping the Sarcasm City t-shirt. She out here, you know what I'm saying? Repping the merch. Big up Manny in the building. Also, big up everyone who's locked in. Let's get these likes up. Get us over 10 likes, people. You get what I'm saying? We're 14 minutes in. Get us over 10 likes. We will get to any of your questions regarding Manchester United, Manchester City, and we'll both answer them. So even if it's a Manchester United question, Jan City will answer it. If it's a Manchester City question, I'll answer it. You know what I'm saying? There we go in it. Big up everyone who's locked in. Make sure you subscribe as well. Road to 2K. You know what I'm saying? You use doesn't make sense. Let me know. Glazes out says flawless. The logic you use doesn't make sense. I'm Ollie out. I think you're harsh. So you agree with me, but you think I'm harsh. Let me know why, innit? Because you're very.
I think you know. It is. I think what a lot of people are saying now is like in the beginning with Ollie, you could kind of, there wasn't any, like I said it myself, like it wasn't like a tactical win. You know, when you win, it was kind of like you say, it was brilliant. It was players.
Go on, carry on. This is what he's talking about, though.
So yeah, so I was thinking that he was gonna say, 1 minute.
He says, flawless, that's my point. So if Ollie carries this on and we get 85 points, do you want Ollie out? If this isn't a benchmark for Ollie, it makes it seem like an agenda. If he carries this on, we probably win the league. That being said, the reasons why I'm Ollie out are much, much deeper than just United not winning things and not competing. I was Ollie in for a long time. If you go check my old tweets, I was calling him Ollie. When he was interim manager Ollie, I was calling him Ollie gonna save you. I was saying give him the job because interim manager Ollie was different. But then he became the full-time manager. The football became defensive. It became pragmatic. Before our recent runs of form, I think we'd won 2 games in a row, twice in 2 years or something like that. Look at our home form, etc. Like, I don't get lost in the sauce. We've been here before. Like, we've been on great runs before. Like, we're on a great run recently, but before that, it was terrible. We won 1 match at home. I think we'd scored 1 goal from open play. So yeah, it's not an agenda. I just don't think this man's good enough, and I don't think this is sustainable over a long period of time. But yes, I want to be wrong.
You know what it is, though? It's mad because if you were doing exactly what you're doing now last season, you wouldn't be in the top 4. So it's right what you're saying. Like, that amount of points that United have got now is quite low. Like, Liverpool didn't draw 6 games and lose 2 at this point last season. I don't even think, if I remember correctly, Man City had. I don't think we'd done that badly at this stage. Maybe, actually, I think we lost 2 over Christmas. But it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as Liverpool's record right now. Do you know what I mean? And you know, we were in a worse position. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. It's mad. I think it's kind of like, this is why people are saying it's a false position, and I just think it's because of the season. So it's not, in terms of points, it's not a false position. You're in first place, and you're in first place because you got more points than anyone else. That is why you're first. The problem that people are saying is, realistically, the way this season's going, it's not been a usual season. So I think that's why people are saying it's a false position. The same way, if you draw with Liverpool and Everton beat Leicester, Everton will be on 35 points. If you draw your next game and Everton win and Everton are in first place, people would say exactly the same for Everton. It's a false position for Everton to be top of the league in February. So I don't think it's a Man United thing and people are saying it because they hate Man United. I think they're just saying it as in the way the season's gone and the performances, because Everton lost something like 3 games back to back. They shouldn't be going top of the league anytime soon. Like, it's just the way the season is, you know, it's mad. Like, even City, like, we could go top of the league. Obviously, if you drop points to Liverpool, we could be top of the league, you know, or nearly top with a game in hand, you know. So it's mad. But do I think City have had a fantastic season? No, we've had our worst starts of the season since, like, what, 2013 or something.
Well, yeah, you're still in prime position to be top of the league soon.
Actually, it's worse than that. It's years ago. We've had a terrible start to the season, and it's interesting actually because I was reading the other day about Manchester derbies in the past, and that season where we beat you home and away. I think you won the treble 2008 to 9. City started the season with something like 7 wins. And Man United, they were top of Man United in the league, and they played a derby, and everyone was like, Man United are going to win. Man United didn't win. And it was one of them where everyone was like, that's a false start to the season. At that time, City weren't expected to be top of the league, and they weren't expected to beat Man United in a derby. So it's like, I know when it's your club, you feel like it's an attack. But at that time, that was a ridiculous start to the season for City. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's just the way it's been seen. And obviously, no one expected you to be there, but squad-wise, you have the squad to be there. I don't think Man United's squad is worse than Liverpool's. I actually think it's better than Liverpool's.
There we go. So why when I asked, and notice people, when I asked her, sorry to cut you off, Yancey, why when I asked her, does she take us serious as title contender? She's shown all 48 teeth and had a big grin on her face, cool, calm, and collected. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, yeah?
Not worried in the slightest.
Case, at the end of March,
that's when we'll be worried.
Okay. And I don't mean this is the case as in we're a few points behind. I mean, if you are clear at the top, 6 points clear at the top, and we're later on in the year, then I will say, yeah.
But we're like 25 games in.
Yeah, even, 30 games in.
Okay. See that? See, she don't think that's what I'm saying.
Not that much. There's not that much to, because you're not going to lose 2 out of the 8 again. You've done it before, but I don't think you do it now.
Cheap shot. I'm saying cheap shot. Yeah, I'm waiting. Like I said, I have no faith in this manager to get key decisions right.
Saying that so far, and I think this is why a lot of your fans don't trust Ollie, because it's like Ollie is like, it's almost like he's doing really well, and fans start to believe in him, and then it off at the last minute, because that's what happened in the Champions League.
There we go.
Confident after that 5-0, it was we're going through. You beat PSG, you beat Leipzig. Easy. We've got Istanbul twice. We're through. And then it kind of went downhill. And then the semi-final, everyone was quite confident, like, Man United have got this. They can beat City. And then he went out. So I don't know whether he's going to continue with that in the league or whether he'll do better in the league. Who knows? But
and here's the thing going into the Champions League. I was confident going through. From before a ball was kicked in that group, simply because of the players we have. And that's why we got as close as we did, is because of the players we had. But when it comes to Ollie to get key decisions right, bear in mind, he had 3 bites of that cherry. He had the Istanbul game away, he had PSG at home, he had Leipzig away. All he had to do in one of those 3 games is get a point. You know what I'm saying? Bear in mind, obviously, the Istanbul home game was after the Istanbul defeat, but the point still stands. If we draw away at Istanbul and then beat them at home, we go through in that group. So he's had 3 bites at that, and they were even difficult games. Istanbul are not a good side. You know what I'm saying? They're not a good side. So let's put them to the ways. Everyone waxes lyrical about PSG. There's a reason they just got rid of their manager. There's a reason for that. And we played them in both games, and even the game we lost to them at Old Trafford was a close match. But again, Ollie got a key decision. As soon as the Fred incident happened, I said, take him off. Take him off. And I even give him a squeeze and was like, all right, cool. You left it till halftime. You'll probably bring him off at halftime. Doesn't bring him off at halftime. Fred gets sent off. We lose the game. Bear in mind, all we needed was a draw. Is what it is. Still, Leipzig, okay, you got a chance. Boom. I'm a big fan of the back 3. You play the back 3 with Matic and McTominay. Why, I don't know. Because where the ball retention is going to come from, I don't know. Is it one of your former players is causing hella issues? You can tell this is proper nightmare stuff for me. Angelino. Is it Angelino? The fullback you had. Causing nightmares. What's his name?
Angelino. But it's
it's Angelino. Yeah. Causing issues. Change it. Tweak it. So, like, that's 3 games I've just named there where he's caused issues. Us going out in the Carabao Cup to City. If City would have came and blew us off the park and were phenomenal, I'd hold my hands up and say, you know what? Manchester City can do that to anyone. They weren't even great that day. Their performance was probably at best, probably a 6 or 7. They weren't exceptional. They didn't do what they just did to Chelsea. But what did the manager do? Absolutely nothing. So you lot somehow, nobody's convinced Glazer's out. You tell me if you believe we can win this league. You don't believe it. No Manchester United fan believes it. I met 1, actually 2. My little bro Ads and Jeremiah. That's it. They're the only 2. And Jeremiah is the most optimistic Manchester United fan I've ever met in my life. If I had his optimism in life, I'd be further along. You know what I'm saying? His optimism is great. I wish I had that. But I've seen this manager in action. And when it comes down to it, even you mentioned it there, Jan City, about the 30th game. It's going to get to a game where we're playing a Manchester City. Or it might not even be a City. It could be an Aston Villa or Southampton or whoever. And he has a key decision to make. And to me, he'll get the key decisions wrong. He might get 1 or 2 right, but leading up, for those that are old enough to remember, Jan City will know this. Premier League years is a prime example. So for those that don't know, Premier League years was a show that they were showing on Sky, and it would show the season from the start to the finish. And so they'd show, say, for instance, every season, every year. And during them seasons, you could see, looking back, when league titles was lost and won. So there'd be certain points where Manchester United got draws. And that draw wasn't 2 points dropped, it was a point gained. and we ended up winning the league title because there's certain games we lost, and that goes to show. And Manchester City's in the same. I'm sure Jan City will be able to wax lyrical about certain games where Manchester City won, and you're like, there's something special here. And there's certain games they lost where they lost league titles. Like when you lot beat Chelsea away, when De Bruyne scored a banger and you won 1-0. This was a few seasons back. That's when I looked at him like, that's a result there. I can't remember what season it was, but I remember De Bruyne scored a banger at Stamford Bridge and you lot won.
There's been a few games where it's like you think the season's over as well. Because I remember when we lost to Arsenal, I think it was 2011-12, and everyone was like, that's it. You've lost the title. And then we ended up coming back into it. Do you know what I mean? So there's always games like that in the run-up. And that's what, like you say, for example, 2011-12, when we won the league, right? You lost the league on goal difference. But before that game, you drew with Everton.
There we go.
And at the time, that would have been 2 points dropped. But technically, you were still on the same points as City. It's just obviously our goal difference is good. But that's because City used to blow teams away and United used to win like 1-0, 2-0. Do you know what I mean? So it's like this season, City haven't scored enough goals. So yes, if we win more than everyone else, we'll win the league, obviously. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, we do need to be scoring more goals, because if it does come down to goal difference, City won't win it this year if we're still doing what we're doing now, which is scoring 1 goal or scoring 2 goals max. So, you need them games where you win. Obviously, against Burnley, we won 5-0. We need a few more of them, because that is goal difference is like a point, or it can be like a point in a title race. But obviously, the good thing about City right now is we can actually defend, which has been a problem for a lot of our seasons in the Premier League. Kind of since Mancini left, with his Italian tactics. Italian tactics, but we've really struggled. So it's kind of like we'd have to be, like, even now, if Man City are 1-0 up, everyone's like, we need to score, because it's like that. That Brighton game was so end to end, and like City, like they had most of the chances, they had most of the possession, but because it was 1-0. Brighton was still in it till the last kick of the game. Do you know what I mean? And it's like games like that. It's interesting because at the start of the season, I couldn't see any signs that made me think that City would win the league. Because when we were struggling in them games where it was 0-0, we weren't pushing for a winner like we normally would be.
Yeah.
But I've started to see it a little bit more now. Like I've seen like even that game against Brighton, like last season, we would have lost that. And I know Ruben Diaz is probably the reason why we didn't. But at the same time, them sorts of games where we would have drawn that game last season easily. And I think even at the start of this season, we would have drawn that game. But at the moment, seem to be picking up some kind of form where it looks like we're not going to lose. You know what I mean? And like we don't even look like we're going to draw if we're 1-0 up, which is crazy for me. That's why I'm thinking like I'm not going to say City are going to win the league because I don't know yet. Honestly, don't know yet. I think we should, because I think we're best placed where we are right now. We played Liverpool. We played Man United once. We've and we didn't drop points to them in terms of we didn't give them 3 points. We kind of got a point each. Yeah. So Tottenham, obviously we did lose to Tottenham. But I think the past 2 seasons we've lost to Tottenham away. So it's not really something that's kind of, as long as we beat them at home.
Who you lot got this weekend? It's a complete side note.
Crystal Palace.
Oh yeah, that's it. You said it before.
That's a hard game for us though, I think.
Crystal Palace do travel well to the top 6. Like their record in the top against the top 6 is better than certain people in the top 6. Bless you also. Ladies out says, I'm giving him to the end of the season. If he hit the benchmark, he would change my mind. I just think he deserves at least 50 to 40% of the credit. I can't give him 50% or 40% of the credit. I just can't, because I believe he does the bare minimum. I legit believe he does the bare minimum.
Pogba 40%, you can give him 10%, isn't it?
Saying like that, like I won't go that harsh. All jokes aside, but yes, I'm not giving you credit for doing the bare minimum and that. It's the bare minimum that he does to me. My management is fine. The mood and the atmosphere is fantastic. The players love him. The players are genuinely happy. Pogba's out here doing interviews. The form is good. I give him full credit for that. On the pitch, not so much. And I'm not just basing this off our current form. I'm basing this off a whole season, this season, and the season before. And some of the stuff he's done is criminal. His lack of impact from the touchline is ridiculous. His lack of substitutions.
I think that Man City game was a prime example. And there was another game. Was it against... What game did Fred get sent off?
Who?
When Fred got sent off.
PSG.
And it was obvious that he was going to get sent off, but he left the pitch. And that's where the poor management comes out. Because that
criminal.
Like you say, that City game, like, he didn't change it. It wasn't working. And he didn't change it. Like, even City fans were getting on to Pep because Pep was kind of leaving it, and it looked like this game's not won yet. Like, you need to do something. And people get on to Pep. Like, you see people all the time, like, bring on Sterling. Bring up that Brighton game from about half-time. City fans were like, this has got Sterling written all over it. Bring on Sterling, bring on Sterling. He brought on Sterling late. Luckily, by that point, the game was pretty much already won. He came on, missed the penalty, and went off. But if he'd have been in that game longer, that game was crying out for Raheem Sterling because the space on the wing, all of that stuff, and he had Gabby there, which, fair enough, I've actually wanted to see him in a different position. But Gabby, yeah, because he was out on the left.
See, that's why he's been playing left. You know, good man. Him, German, Shane Long. He gave me the Copacabana, Kevin.
Yeah, I wanted him to play out there because that's how he used to play. I think at Palmeiras.
Play him out on the wing, man. You know what I'm saying? Get him from in. Pep's a smart guy. You don't want to see him in front of the goal. Get this guy out wide in it. You know what I'm saying? Shift him out to the side.
It's mad. It's mad. But then I wasn't too upset about the result because I like the fact that Phil Foden scored quite a few match winners for us over his time at City. I like that. I like the fact that he knows that they won that game thanks to him.
Yeah.
Whereas if Sterling had come on and stat-patted a goal, because he would have got one in that game, then it would have been like me and Sterling. You know, Sterling won us that game. So I'm quite happy. You know, even though I wanted him to score the penalty, I knew he wouldn't score it because City and penalties, man. We might as well just give it the goalkeeper. At least we might be able to intercept.
There you go, innit? You know what? De Bruyne is always looking for Sterling at the back post. That's what it is, innit? It's calm now, innit? Yeah, Glazers out says this Man U team is on track to get more than the treble team. What's this on track? Is this this expected points thing? How did they even figure that out? And yeah, great job.
About how much is expected to get, but the thing is, this season you don't know. You would his points from Crystal Palace, but I don't know whether that will happen.
Yeah, I remember in 2011, United won the league with 80 points. It could be the same again this season. 187 extra could be all right. It could be low. Big up Danish as well in the building. He says just been from the Big Six show. Saeed burning them man there. Salute to my Don Saeed. Make sure you subscribe to United Central. You'll catch me on there during the week. You'll catch me there, you know what I'm saying, here, there, and everywhere. 21 is coming. I love your optimism, Jeremiah. You know what? You're one guy, yeah? If United do win this league, and you're like, yo, flawless, I told you, black, you can give me all the shit in the world because you've been saying this from the jump. So I give you that. Before, obviously, you had the Spurs thing. Spurs was going to win the league. You young, so I give you a bly on that. But ever since we've gone top of the league and had this form, you've been saying this. You've been saying this since last year, actually. So yeah, man. Is what it is. Third last season with this points total. I presume you're talking about 60s. Let us know, Zahid, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, because I said that if you wouldn't be in the position you are now if you had them points last season. He said you'd be third.
See that? Now. Yeah, this is what it is. The away game. Of course, it was his fault. What formation was we playing that game? Are the players accountable? Yes. But why come the managers accountable? So you want me to give Oli credit for us being top of the league? But when we lose away at Istanbul, it's not his fault. This is what I'm talking about, innit? Like, this is what I'm saying, innit? Keep the same as one or the other. We can't play well and it's give Oli credit, give Oli his flowers. But then on the other hand, when we play bad and have a bad result, that's not Oli's fault. It's either or, innit? You let me know, Glazers out, which one it is, innit? I'm fair both sides, innit?
You know Istanbul Do you know what? It's interesting though, because sometimes like some games, say for example, City, some games Pep puts out a decent side. The players don't turn up or they don't play well enough. Last season we had a lot of games where only De Bruyne turned up for the game. And he used to come in and he'd try everything to get these players to score and they just miss. And Pep was on the sidelines like, do this, do that. And it's kind of like, even though, yes, the manager has to take some of the blame if you don't win, because ultimately they have a choice to make changes to kind of influence the game or whatever. But sometimes it's like, you could see that like Pep wanted, even the start of this season, you could see Pep was trying to do something with the players and it just wasn't clicking. And I feel like I don't like to blame Pep too much in that situation, because it's like the team are good enough, and two, he's not got it tactically wrong. Like that Lyon game, I think someone mentioned it before, that was different. He changed the team. We changed our tactics. And with City, what I've noticed is when he changes things, it takes a few games to kind of settle in the team. And then it takes them a little bit of a while to kind of get used to it. So for him to change it at that point in the Champions League, where realistically, we could have just played our normal game and I think we would have won. Do you know what I mean? But he changed it. Then you have to blame Pep, because he changed it and the players didn't know. Whereas normally, if they're playing a sort of formation and the players know what they're doing, so say it's how we normally play, or like now, when I'm seeing these games now, if City don't come out of that game playing well, then it can't be on Pep. So that Brighton game, even though we won, that was not a good performance from City. It was not a good performance. Like, it was okay. We did what we needed to do, but it was kind of like, and I know that's how Man United fans think about Man United, because you get the result. So it's like, yes, we got the 3 points, but the performance is not great.
Trash, yo. It's been awful. How many watch-alongs have we done? And we've been talking about Manning hairline, your diet. You know what I'm saying? Like, the game is an afterthought because it's that bad. And you shouldn't be doing that with these players. Jim Creatures, you still got to appreciate the progress. Don't get it mistaken. Yes, I do appreciate the progress. This should have been happening, though. This is a reason why I've been Ollie out. All the players we have now, we're here from the start of the season, you know. It's not like we signed someone new or somebody came back from injury. All these men have been here. Why is it taking him so long to play Pogba higher up the pitch? Play an attacking midfielder.
What it is as well, interesting, because a lot of people that are Ollie in, that are praising Ollie for everything he does, are laughing at Lampard, who hasn't been in the job half as long. Do you know what I mean? You can't really, like, I'm not saying it's, obviously Ollie has them top of the league, but Lampard's only been in this, like, Ollie should know certain things. Like, I'm not a manager, and I knew that against Man City, you should make a change earlier into the game. Do you know what I mean? A lot of your games, you know, Van der Beek should come on, or Pogba should come on earlier, and he doesn't make that change. Do you know what I mean? So even if he won Man United the league, obviously he would get his credit for winning the league because it's not easy. But at the same time, it's one of them things, if you lose it by something like 3 points, it's probably going to be because you've dropped points near the end in a game that you didn't need to drop points in.
There we go.
And that's why I've said all season that I think the manager with the most experience will come out on top at the end. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I would expect, if it's sort of Pep and Ollie, I would expect Pep to come out on top. I don't care how Man United play. I don't care if City have to go and play some shit football to get the result. We need to win that. Like, I don't care. Because in that situation, Pep should not be finishing behind Ollie. You know? Same with Klopp and Lampard. Like, Klopp should not be finishing behind Lampard. And, like, if he does that, you know, he'd probably say, oh, they spent a lot of money. But that's not the point. You know, like, we've seen with, like, Fergie come out on top of teams like Chelsea that had, at that point, spent more money than him. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the experience of a manager who's been there, done that. And I would expect them to do that. So we'll have to see. I'm not ruling out Man United right now because obviously you're still in it and you are in a position. And you tend to be, even if you're not playing well, you tend to get results, which obviously is a good sign for champions. But at the same time, I don't know whether that is sustainable for a whole season, because I think managers come into play at certain stages. Like, it's almost like the Champions League, like people say. When it's the normal games, the group stage, the players can get through that off their brilliance alone, you know. And when it comes to like the semi-finals and stuff, the manager needs to like change up a bit. Because when you're playing against teams, say City go get through the next round against Mönchengladbach, and we go on to the next game, this team are going to know what to expect from City. So Pep has to do things to make people think, wow, like against Chelsea, I thought we were going to lose that Chelsea game, because when I looked at the lineups, I thought we're away at Chelsea. You know, they've got all their best players fit or whatever. We had a few players out. The lineup looked a certain way, but it wasn't actually how the lineup looked. No one expected De Bruyne to be playing false nine. So when that game started, we kind of blew Chelsea away, because and that was a tactical masterclass from Pep, because no one expected it. And then we
worked to a
I
team.
reckon if we play normal football how we normally play, Chelsea win that game, because they've got us figured out. And they had the better players on the pitch. So I don't know.
That's a great. No, you spot on there. And that's a great example of when people say, when I talk about tactics and making a difference. The thing is, with that false nine with De Bruyne, that's something City would have worked on throughout training that week. Like, they would have known that, and they executed it down to a T. I haven't seen Oli do this since he was interim manager. But yeah, Jim Creature's here says they all make mistakes, man. Pep last season against Leon, classic example, changes of formation. Here's the thing, though. I will forgive Pep. If I'm a Manchester City fan, I forgive Pep getting it wrong. You know why? Because he's won league titles, he's won FA Cups, he's won League Cups. This is where fans get things mistaken. I'm not saying you, Jim Creatures, but I'm just saying from me personally, that's money in the bank. So there's times when Fergie will do things, and I don't agree with it. But I'm like, you know what? You're Fergie, you've won league titles, you've won Champions Leagues, you'll probably get it right. This is my whole point. This is why when players have a poor performance, when quality players have a poor performance, I'm probably less harsh on them, because I know the ability is there. Like, people are on Martial's case right now. Martial has played well apart from finishing. His finishing has been woeful this season in terms of in front of goal. Everything else has been absolutely on point. So it's money in the bank. This is why Pep or Klopp or even Ancelotti, you'll forgive their mistakes, because you know what? More often than not, you got it right. What's Oli done?
I feel like what it is with Oli so far is that every time it's kind of like, I always say this because you always get Man United fans saying Oli has beaten Pep 3 times out of 4 times or whatever it was. It's actually, they've both won 3 each and they've drawn 2, I think it is. Or they've drawn, I think they've drawn 2 and they've both won 3 games each, right? And it's like, the thing is, the results that Oli got were, one, when you were already pretty much, City were already pretty much through. We just needed to not lose at home to United, so you beat us. I'm not saying that you didn't deserve to win, because obviously on the night City worked great and United turned up and played really well. But it's kind of like, you have to do that, because if not, you're out of the cup. So you kind of have to do that. So I don't know whether that was an Oli masterclass or whether that was just Man United players knowing that if they don't win, they're out. So it's kind of like, he beat us in that game, so you were already out the cup. Then I think the first time that he beat us was in the league at Old Trafford, which I think was when the league was pretty much over for City. So I'm not saying that we didn't want to win, because of course we wanted to win. It's a derby. But it didn't really change the season for us. It's not like you knocked us out of the title race by beating us. Like, you know, and then I don't know if that was under Oli when you beat us when we'd already won the league. So there's been a few games where he's beaten us, and I'm not saying that it didn't mean anything, because it did, but at the same time, we still finished above you in the league. So it was it probably got you top 4. I'd argue that it got you that. Do you know what I mean? But in general, it didn't affect City. But the one game in that time that Pep won, or the 2 games that he won, I think one time won in the league, and the second time it got him through a cup into the final that we then went on to win. So I think this is the problem with Oli, because it's like, people will say, oh yeah, he's won this game or he's won that game, which is fine. But if it leads to nothing, is pretty irrelevant. Like, I can't remember all of the games that Pep won in 2016 because we won absolutely nothing. 16, 17. We won nothing.
It's what your team wins. This is my whole point. It's what your team wins. Yes, it's something to hang your hat on and be like, he did this, he did that, but what did it amount to? That's why people get on Harry Kane's back, like right now, not in terms of him being a quality. We know Harry Kane's a quality player, but that's why people are like, what do you want in your career? What do you want? Do you want to win something or not? Alan Shearer did. Alan Shearer is the top Premier League goal scorer of all time and has 1 Premier League medal.
Yeah.
Would he sacrifice that for 4 Premier League medals and a Champions League? I reckon he would. I don't think he'd say it publicly, but I reckon he would. If someone was like, right, you can get 5 Premier League winners medals and a Champions League, but you're not the all-time top goal scorer in the Premier League, would you sacrifice it? He'd say, yeah. I think most people would. Big up ads. Make sure you subscribe to GNA TV. Says big up to Yana, my big bro Flawless. I'm going to say this now. You can be Ollie out as long as stuff ain't being discredited. That ain't you, big bro. That's to other fools. What did I discredit ads?
No, he's saying that's not to you.
Oh, seeing. Oh, right. I thought you were saying I'm discrediting. Nah, I just don't think he's that good. Say again?
The ugly gram is back.
Yeah. He's been back around and that. He was on holiday and something like that. Yes, big up the ugly gram. My guy. Jim Creatures, who says here, let me get this. He says, player management with Pogba. He was starting a couple weeks back and playing poor due to injuries, COVID, and confusion over contract. But slowly, Ollie has unleashed him and he's picked up form. And I said this. I said, Ollie, first and foremost, deserves credit for how he's handled the Pogba situation since Mina Rayola's comments. That being said, on the other hand, if a player is coming back from COVID, why are you playing him? I know people personally that have had COVID. That's nothing to play with who said, I took. Jan City will tell you, you're still not your 100% self now. And you're not playing professional sport at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? I know others who have had this.
Differently as well, doesn't it?
Say that again?
It affects people differently. That's why City players have had it and they're back and they're playing and others are not back yet. Like, I haven't seen Ferran Torres. I'm pretty sure Pep would have played him if he was back to his best. But I'm assuming he's not. Do you know what I mean? So I think it just depends. Ederson played. He looked okay. So we'll have to see what happens. But, yeah, I think it's one of them things. Pogba said that he was tired or something.
Yeah, it was the Arsenal game. It was the Arsenal game.
He was done out as well. Because Gundogan at the start of the season wasn't playing how he has now. He's been our best player overall. But when he first started the season, he just had COVID. So, you know, that is part of the reason why at the start of the season, we weren't great either. You know, I'm not saying it was because of COVID alone, because obviously we didn't have too many players out with it. But it just doesn't, you know, things like that just don't really help. And the thing is, they might even be getting false negative tests. So there might even be people in the squad that have corona that it's not come up as positive. Do you know what I mean? And then I know they get tested regularly, but sometimes, because my test came back negative, but I know that I've had it because of the pain in my lungs ever since. And my sister had it, and I was in a house with my nephew who is a baby, and he had it. So if the newborn, like, little baby has it, then I must have definitely had it.
I'm saying, so yeah, this is what I'm saying. So Jim Creatures here said, I'd still take it easy and overhyping Pogba. He could still fade off. These recent performances need to continue over 5+ games running. It's not overhyping it. His form's been good. Give him his credit. The same way you want me to give Ollie credit, give Pogba his credit. Pogba's been one of our better players since the Marina Riola's comments. The Leipzig game I'm looking at here, one of our better players. City 0-0 was good. 3-2 against Sheffield United, influential. 2-0 against Everton, influential. Only played half an hour against Leicester. Wolves wasn't too good. Villa, man of the match. All right, City wasn't good. But no one, and Burnley, he scored the goal. So that's 1, 2, 3 games, 4, 5. So 5 out of our last 6, he's played well and been our best. So he's been good. You said 5 running. He's played well in 5 games. This is my whole point, is the same people. I'm not saying it's to you, but I've noticed this a lot online. It's don't back the team, don't slag off Ollie, but you can slag off Pogba. Like, it has keep the same. Just be honest in it. Like, at least one thing about me, you lot can say I don't lie about anything. I'm completely honest with my views, and I always back it up. Whether you agree or disagree with me, I'll always back it up. I'm Ollie out, and I've been Ollie out for the longest. And there's reasons why in it. It's not just one thing. And I have factual stuff to back it up, whether you agree with it or disagree or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Give Pogba his credit. And the same way I give Ollie his credit for the way he's handled it. Because he could have easily froze him out. But why he was playing a play with COVID, I don't know. But that's that's just typical Ollie, innit? You know what I'm saying? That just sums him up. You know what I'm saying? I know people, like Jan City just spoke, and I know other people who have had COVID and told me you don't feel yourself for a long time again. So why are you playing this man when you have Donny there? You have Donny, you can play McTominay, you can play Matic, you can play you have options. And not only are you playing him with COVID, you're playing him out of position. And you know what the fans are like on his case. And he's telling, Pogba's not just said that in an interview and been like, I was tired. Surely they've had the conversation. And he's like, yo, boss, I'm tired. But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Yeah, man. Big up, man. Big up. Big up everyone else. Like the thing. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine CMB says, you're right. Ollie's the wins Ollie got weren't great. Sarkad says, big up. I'm saying. See that? Yeah, on the Harry Kane thing, it'll be interesting. Harry Kane is settled for having a big goal record. Later on, he might trim win trophies elsewhere. If I'm him, I'm dipping, but that's just me. That being said, they might win the League Cup.
He said that the other day. If he stays at Tottenham, he'll end up like Alan Shearer without the league title. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's one of them things. And I don't think Harry Kane is, as good as he is, I don't know if he's one of them that would lead his team to a title on his own. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure, because that Leicester season, I don't know if he was injured, because I know he doesn't stay fit all the time. But that season, you know, that would have taken someone like him to step up and say, right, I'm winning this league. Like, we've seen people like Aguero do it, you know, single-handedly go and win league titles, you know, score the big goals in derbies, score the goals that, you know, in a scrappy game, score the winning goal. You know what I mean? And go and win the league. Like, we've seen Aguero do it. I don't know. I haven't seen so far Harry Kane do it. You know, I'm not saying he's not capable, because he's a good player, but I'd have to actually see him go out there and be like, right, we're going to win Spurs the league, you know. But I just don't know whether he can do that yet.
Yo, big on my Don Shazad and that. This is one of the Dons who's been supporting from early. And when I say early, people, I'm talking about when Sarcasm City was just the Sarcasm City podcast alone, and we weren't even visual yet. We was audio only, like all 4 years ago. Like, salute to Shazad in it. Man's got to give him his props. And yes, this is a derby podcast. So this is, for those that don't know, GyalDem City meets ManDem United podcast. Obviously, they're two separate. So you get ManDem United every Tuesday and Thursday, myself and JV at 5 p.m. And then you'll get GyalDem City tomorrow, actually, midday, with the two Black Queens, Yan City and Rose. Yeah, and they're talking everything Manchester City. But yeah, man, big up Shazad, man. It's good to see you on here. I know you'll be busy and that. You can take it back further, Flawless, with Pogba and his influence. Yeah, man, he's a whole talking point. But people, I forgot about the West Ham game. I forgot about the West Ham game. This is what I'm talking about. But let people tell it. He's not been playing well.
That's the game where you never came back.
This is what I'm saying.
Came back.
But he don't want to be here and he don't care and that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I had someone tweet me that actually say, oh, he's only playing because he wants to move. Who cares? I don't care, innit? Is he playing well, innit? You lot just want to, I'm not saying any of you lot because no one in here said that. But when I seen that tweet, I know the Don who tweeted me that. And I'm like, I just tweeted him back, said, I don't care. You just don't like the guy, innit? Just admit, innit? I just wish people was like that. My mom's like that. Can't stand him. So at least when she says things to me about him, I'm like, all right, cool. She been Pogba out for the longest. You know what I'm saying? Can't stand him, thinks he's a virus, blah, 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 all this type of stuff. Cool. But at least she's honest enough to tell me that. So it's like when she says things on his performance, I'm like, all right, it makes sense. You know what I mean? I don't like people who sugarcoat stuff and that. Of course she would. Moonwalks into their midfield. Moonwalks into their midfield.
I was going to say this the other day, and I know like United fans are going to get onto me, but Pogba is better than Bruno. I don't know why people are like, don't get me wrong, right? Bruno has been playing better this year, and he has come into Man United and made a difference. And he is the reason right now that you're up there challenging. But Pogba is the better player. Like, if I could take Pogba or Bruno, I'm taking Pogba all day.
Yeah, and that's not. And here the thing is, when she's saying that, that's not a discredit to Bruno. There isn't many midfielders Is there a midfielder? There isn't a midfielder in the league. I'm taking over Pogba. If I need an attacking midfielder, I'm taking Pogba over it. But that's just me personally. But then I can flip that and be like, all right, if I want a DM, I'm taking Fernandinho. Because someone said actually in the comments, what players were asked this question? Someone, I forgot who it was, but big up to you, said, what players would you swap Manchester clubs? What players would you swap for each of your teams to help you win a league? Mine's Fernandinho. I'm taking Fernandinho.
That's a hard one, that, because I wouldn't get rid of any City player.
Nah, not get rid, but who would you take? Like, who, if you could take one player and put him in your squad?
Okay, so I would, you know what, I actually wanted Pogba before he went to Man United.
Pogba, in it.
But I think, yeah, probably him. Saying that, we need a striker. I'd probably take Rashford under Pep, you know. I think Rashford under Pep will be fire.
You don't think Martial under Pep will be better?
I don't know. I prefer
Rashford good this season.
Martial, like, just from a personal thing. Right. Like, I think he would be mad under Pep.
I could see him being a Sterling.
With Foden already. Like, I'm not saying Foden wasn't good because Foden was already a superstar, but Pep's just kind of, and it's interesting because like everyone was saying a few years ago, like, why doesn't Foden leave? Why doesn't he go on loan? Why, do you know what I mean? And it's just like he's made the right decision to stay because like he's gradually playing. Like people always say, you always get comments saying he doesn't play enough, right? Which he doesn't. I think he should play more, right? But he's actually played more in Europe than any other City player, you know. But more in Europe. He's mad. You wouldn't think that, but he has. Because I thought Torres had more minutes than him, but he doesn't. So Pep is playing him. It's just because we're playing across 4 competitions. He's playing, but it's like he might play in the cup game in the week. Then he doesn't play at the weekends. Then people are saying, why aren't Foden playing? But it's like because he played on Wednesday. So yeah, I think he made the right decision to play, but to stay and play, and he's done that. But you know, I'm happy with Foden. You know, I like the fact that he's a City fan.
Look at her smile on her face.
Yeah, I love it. Do you know what?
I love it. I love it. Give us the smile, innit? Give us a smile. There you go. Look at that. Excellent stuff.
Like the video, innit?
There we go. Tell him again.
Like the video. Subscribe to the channel, innit?
There you go, innit? There you go, people. You heard it from the queen herself, Yan City. Big up both of you. Content with substance, both on point. Appreciated, innit? And that's what I like about you lot is that you lot question me. You lot have me thinking and that. I know when I make points, I have to back my shit up because you lot will tear through my argument if it's weak. I know this. Big up Edward also, and it says, big up, guys. Hope you're both doing good. Big up. Yes, I believe Rose is on tomorrow. Does this mean Rose? And he's got the 2 heart. What is that? The heart emojis and the rose. Yeah, it's. I know Rose is much better to look at than I am. So yes, you get me. You will be blessed with both. You get me. The beautiful black queens on GyalDem City, and I understand that. Even I'm in agreement in that. I'd prefer to see them two than me and Yan City. I get it, and you know what I'm saying. Sentiment. I'm with you 1000%. Manny says, yeah, Manny, you make a great point. He says, listen, we shouldn't defend Pogba anymore. He's doing the job that's needed. He'll be hated even if he wins us the league. Facts. He could win us the quadruple and someone will complain that he didn't win us the Community Shield. Guaranteed. He literally could, innit? Literally, he could win us the quadruple and someone will complain about the Club World Championship. Get me? Or he could win us a treble and then leave and people will be like, see, he didn't want to be here. Was adding the fact with Cristiano Ronaldo, he came and won everything he could here. Man won every trophy for us in his 6-year stint. Go do what you have to do in it. Am I upset that you left? Yes, but I understand it. You're not mank like me. You're not from here, so I get it. Why you would want to go and leave and play for Real Madrid. And guess what? You made the right decision. Because you won, 4 Champions Leagues in 5 years, a La Liga title. Has he won a Serie A already? Then he went to Juve, won a Serie A. Did they win one? Am I tripping?
What, Juventus?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I think they've won one. He's won a Euros. I understand he's going to be the all-time top goal scorer in football in history. Like, I get it, innit? So, yeah, with Pogba, there is no pleasing some people. That's why I don't defend him. It's just online, but when questions come up here on the platform, of course I am in it. But big up everyone who's locked in. Mods, let us know how many likes we are on the video. Let us know how many likes we're gonna get them likes up. We should be over 20 likes. You know what I'm saying? Big on 187 gang to the crib. He says keep shaking them, Yancy. That's why you should always tune in, because that don't happen on GyalDem City. It don't happen on the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Only on the GyalDem City Meets ManDem United podcast, where you might see Yancy shake her titties. You know what I'm saying? And that. There you go. And you're welcome, you lot. Someone's gonna have that on loop, but it is what it is. And that someone's gonna chop and loop that. I guarantee it. It's gonna be a gift. You know what I mean? So whoever does that, make sure you DM me. Yeah. All right. Bless. Any more questions? Let's see. Yeah, man, Shazad, you're my guy, innit? He says, big up, man. Appreciate the shout out. What do you both think of any of the transfer rumors? Diallo, Fosu Mensah out, Aguero out, Lingard out. All right, I'll let you go in it. I'll be back in a sec. I'll let you go with the Aguero, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts on it.
Okay. I hope Aguero doesn't leave. I think he's still got another season in him. It's just whether he can stay fit, because he's always injured. So yeah, I'd like to see him stay. I think that will very much depend on who we get in. I think if we get a striker in, he might go. But yeah, I don't know. It depends, because if we get Messi, which I don't know whether we will, but if we did get Messi, I think Aguero stays, because that's his best friend. So I can't see. They've always said they want to play together. They've always said, Messi always said, I'm not leaving Barcelona, so you're going to have to come to Barcelona. But I don't think Aguero really likes Spain. He says in his book that he didn't really like living in Spain because the people are too in his business. Like, when you come out of the house, apparently the paparazzi are just outside, and he didn't really like that. He likes Manchester because it's more low-key. You can kind of do what you want, especially where he lives. You can kind of do what you want. So he was saying that he prefers it in England, and that's why he stayed so long. So I can't see him leaving unless he does go back to Independiente, which I think he's too good to go back there right now. I think he's going to have to do that when he's a little bit older. I don't know. Maybe if Messi goes PSG, you might see Aguero go there and join him. But I just don't know whether you would get two players in that are both at the end of their careers. I'm not too sure, unless they're going to go for the Champions League and then just win it. And then hopefully for them, they win it and then they leave. I don't know. But I think it makes more sense for Messi to join City to be with Aguero, because... But I don't know. I just have a feeling that Messi will stay. Even though they're saying that he's not going to stay, I think he'll stay at Barcelona. So you never know. I don't know where Aguero will go. I hope he doesn't leave. I would like to see him stay anyway. I don't think he's finished. I miss Aguero. He's such a clutch player. I miss him.
So annoying that he's that
good. You can't hate Aguero. You can't hate him.
I hate it. I can just hate the shirt he wears, innit? On a regular basis for his football team. But that being said, all jokes aside, I think when we was in lockdown, the original one, the first one, and we did From a Third Eye View, and we did 2000 and was it 2000? Yeah, I think we did 2010 to 2020. So we did our teams of that decade. We did 99 to 09, and then we did 2010 to 20. I think Aguero he made all three of us. Mine, JV's, and Stroll's. He's that good. He's the player. As soon as we play Manchester City, that's the question I always ask first. Is Aguero fit? Actually, I say it all the time. I say, is he fit?
Someone said actually, they said that something about the best player in the Premier League. And I was like, it has to be Aguero, because
it's Aguero.
What makes you the best player? Okay, so stats. Statistically, Aguero is clear of everyone else in this Prem in terms of what he's done. I know Harry Kane is up there in terms of goals, not quite as high as Aguero, but he's coming up there based on his age and stuff like that. But if you look at the goals scored in the big games, Aguero is clear of everyone. Do you know what I mean? Obviously now you can talk about people like Rooney, but Rooney isn't playing right now, so you can't include him in that. So then you've got clutch moments, in them big games where you need a winner. Aguero's been there. Do you know what I mean? Winning the league. He won the league in his first season. He does that. Thirdly, you know, in terms of the league, in terms of Golden Boot and stuff, yes, Aguero hasn't won it as many times as he should have won it, but that's mainly due to injury. Like, if you look at the Golden Boot, you normally find that Aguero is 1 or 2 goals behind, having played 5 or 6 games less. You know, if Aguero plays them 6 games, he is scoring more than 1 goal. So realistically, if he plays the same amount of games as everyone else, he wins that Golden Boot every season. Do you know what I mean? He might share it once or twice, but he's winning that. You know, Player of the Month awards, he's got the most. I don't think stuff like that really matters because it's a popularity contest, but he's still got the most. There's so much stuff to Aguero's game that it's like, I don't know how because for me, you have to compare him with like Thierry Henry's and Wayne Rooney and people like that, and they don't play anymore. So right now, he is the best player in the Premier League. You know, he is. It's not a case of, okay, this player is doing well this season or this player is doing well that season. Like, people obviously in the Man City squad, they'll say like De Bruyne is our best player, but that's right now. That's not overall. Aguero is the best overall in the Prem. Like, it's mad. It's mad.
No, it's right. So he said on the Aguero thing, from a Manchester United perspective, yes, I hope he leaves. From a Manchester City perspective, I don't think he still has so much to give. So what I would do if I'm Manchester City, what I would want as a Manchester City fan is for him to not be replaced, but for us to get a new number 9 and he can just back them up. Like the same way, if I remember correctly, Chelsea did it when they had Diego Costa up top.
Yeah.
And then they had Drogba. They re-signed Drogba, I think Mourinho did. And they just had Drogba backing him up. It was Drogba and Remy. Like, that's what I would want. So I'd want a new number 9, someone better than a Copacabana Kevin Phillips, Aguero, and then boom, you're good to go. You get what I'm saying? Even if it's a Torres, even if it's a new number 9, Torres, Aguero, that three can work. To me, from a Manchester City perspective. Well, obviously, that's me talking as from a United fan. I mean, City fan.
Like, when we won the league in 2011-12, right? That is a perfect example because that game wasn't going our way. Like, don't get me wrong, we had some daft like 40 shots. Like, so we were getting the chances, right? But we were not, it wasn't working. Mancini brought on Balotelli, Edin Dzeko, Sergio Aguero was already on. He brought on Balotelli and Dzeko.
Yeah.
3 strikers.
That's mad, you know.
Balotelli, okay, so a corner came in. Dzeko scores to make it 2-2. Balotelli slides it into Aguero, who wins the league for Man City. 3 strikers. Man City don't have 3 strikers right now. So this is the thing, like, I'm not saying that you should do that because I think Pep would have that game wrapped up earlier. You know, he would have set out a different way. You know, the players would probably be better, and you know, we might have gone and won that game earlier, or won the season earlier, won the league earlier in the season. But I think it's just that whole ability to like have 3 strikers who are all good players. We haven't had that since. We haven't. Like, we've had like Beauty and the Beast, as they called it, when we had Negredo and Aguero, and them 2 used to link up really well. We've had it time and time again, but it hasn't been what we've needed. And like you say, I think we should get someone in. I think it needs to be like Haaland. It needs to be someone that's already a little bit proven, but they're young. We need someone like that. Aguero, I would keep, because Aguero is Aguero, and he's always
Aguero. That's what I'm saying.
Aguero could play for 5 minutes and win you the game. Like, I would keep him. And thirdly, I would get, I don't know whether Torres will end up, I'm not really sure with Pep because he changes people's positions, and, you know, Torres was playing up front and he looked all right. He's clinical. So he might become a striker. Who knows? But yeah, there's a question about, let me go to the comments. Manny, this is a big up Aguero, so we've got to do that. Listen, this guy is injured for 35 to 40% of the league. He still bags 20 plus goals. Elite striker.
It's not even close.
In my opinion.
Sorry to cut you off. That's why I get this in, because the disrespect to him is ridiculous. But like I said, no disrespect. It's because he plays for Manchester City. That's if he played for United or Liverpool, boy, he'd be happy.
Yeah.
with his numbers and that. Like his numbers are, I say this all, his numbers are ridiculous. Right foot, left foot, heady goals, scores in the box, scores scrappy goals, scores great goals, scores like some of the goals I've seen him score. He shouldn't, scores in big games, scores in small games, like hold the ball up. Like this guy
that he's ever played against that he's not scored against is Bolton Wanderers.
is it balling, okay. And his record at Anfield's not good. They're the two, that's the only thing. Yeah, he's not got a good record against Anfield. That's it.
Yeah. But his record against, I think he scored the most. This is what I like about Aguero as well. He scored the most goals against top six against Man United. Like, that's what you want as a Man City fan. You want him to score. There's no point in him going and scoring every season at Arsenal and then he can't score against Man United. That's just.
Hey, whoever clips that, send it my way. Yeah, DM me that. Twitter at Ask Me Flawless. Instagram. Say that again. What was that, Yancy? What you say, love?
A minute. Oh, I see it.
Yeah. DM me that in it, and then DM her second. You know what I'm saying? Big up my guy Daniel each and every time, man. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. We've hit 30 likes. Big up. Let's get that to 40 before the show's over, and that we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Are you enjoying, Mustafa? Are you enjoying the Bussy challenge? Very much so. I'm enjoying the Bussy challenge. I'm thoroughly enjoying the Bussy challenge. You know what I'm saying? You got people out here. United at the top of the league. You've got a challenge like the Bussy challenge going on, and you got United fans arguing. To me, that's crazy. I'm too busy enjoying United being top of the league. Can't believe I'm saying that. Enjoying United being top of the league, and also enjoying some of these Bussy challenges. Hey, salute to God and women. You know what I'm saying? Because why? We're going to discuss more Sarcasm City tomorrow at 8 p.m. Man, we'll discuss it in further detail. You get what I'm saying? But some of these Bussy challenges on point. Love them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you lot let me know in the comments, innit? I'm sure you lot have, and you've seen the one. I posted it out today on my socials, you know, with when it's the white girl and she's about to do it, and then Umar Johnson pops up. Yeah. That's great, innit? For those that know Umar Johnson, know why that is so funny. That is hilarious to me, innit? That is it. It's the fact he don't say anything. Man crosses his legs and just go, you know what I'm saying? That being said, though, that Bussy challenge is exceptional, you know. I've actually seen the full one of that. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, trust. It's I'm pointing it. I'm telling you right now, and it is nuts. But yeah, back to football. Anyway, Ravi says, this is a question for you. Do you guys think Sterling is too wasteful in front of goal?
Do you know what? Yes. But it's mad because Sterling's another one. His stats are actually if if he was clinical,
he'd be clear.
He'd be clear, everyone. Like he is, how he's got the stats that he's got while he's so wasteful is mad. Like, and I know people say, yeah, he plays for Man City, but like even still, you know, there's a lot of players that play for Man City that don't have them stats. You know, there's players who play for teams like Man City that don't have them stats. Like his positioning, like the way he can run into the box, the way he can, you know, get one-on-one with the keeper in the first place, you know, is quality. But it's just when he misses it, then it's like, oh, you know, he is very wasteful. He is. I think he definitely needs to be more clinical. I think this season, can't really blame it too much on him because I think everyone has been the same going forward. But then at the same time, Sterling has scored last-ditch winners to win us titles before. So I think, I don't know, when we need him to step up, he stepped up. Like penalties, he's not great at penalties, but then he had one against Liverpool in the Community Shield, I think it was, or Chelsea, one of them games to win us something, and he scored it. So as long as he's doing it when we need him to do it, I'm not too fussed. But again, when you go out of Europe and stuff like that, and it's because he's missed an open net, it's quite hard to kind of defend him on that. So I think he needs to get better. He needs to work on his finishing, definitely. But he's a quality player, so I can't really do too much.
Ravi says, I bet you two have subbed to Aguero's YouTube channel. I didn't know he had one.
It's like a weird YouTuber.
Yeah. I ain't subbing to his YouTube channel. I don't sub to any football, even United players. I don't sub into your YouTube. Unless you're like a personality, then maybe in it. But I'm be too busy here live streaming and watching other stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's so much content I miss out on because I'm always live streaming and that. You know what I'm saying?
The only footballer's YouTube that I've ever seen is Alphonso Davis and his girlfriend.
Is it any good?
It's just like their boyfriend and girlfriend, isn't it? Like it's just like it's quite cute, I suppose, but it's not. You wouldn't be interested.
Of course, yeah. See, that's not for me. She's out to top of the league. Top of the league. We're Man United. We're top of the league. Sing it with me, Yan City.
Yeah,
Top of
going
the
for
league.
it. The Man United fan, I don't trust him against United. Fuck that.
Yeah, he's not played, but you know what? I think all top players have that team or that ground where they just don't play well. Every single top player, like Aguero, is Anfield. He just doesn't play well there. Yeah. Thierry Henry, I think the greatest Premier League striker of all time, scored 1 goal at Old Trafford. Ian Wright, if I remember correctly, scored at Old Trafford.
But then and then they get stadiums or teams that they're really good against.
Yes.
I remember Edin Dzeko against Tottenham. Like the amount of games he won us because he was so good at scoring against Tottenham. Like if we had him now, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in.
Yeah.
It's mad as well because I remember Yaya against Newcastle. We'd won that game before we even kicked off. Yaya and the team, we've won. And Aguero was Leicester. Aguero scored 4 goals against Leicester on my birthday once. Like, I was like, how do you score 4 goals against Leicester? Like, and it wasn't a bad Leicester team. I think they were champions at the time.
All right. Speaking of your birthday, are we doing a special birthday live stream? What's going on? Do people want to know? Are you taking a day off?
I don't take days off.
Oh, so you're telling me I did? I took a day off for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? So what you're saying? Are you streaming on your birthday? Is what I'm asking. The people want to know.
Still drunk.
Are you gonna be? Yeah, she's gonna be absolutely wankered on her birthday. Absolutely.
Not the night before and night before.
Oh, are you drinking the night before and that? You start. All right, cool. Well, jump on waves, didn't it? I'm sure the people want to see you and I want to celebrate and wish you a happy birthday. They love Yancy. You know what I'm saying? They love Yancy. Look at that smile, innit? And she loves you lot too. You know what I'm saying?
Dressed to send presents too, innit?
Yeah, there you go. There you go, innit? Yeah, she was blushing. You know what I mean? This is before it clicked. Yeah, you was definitely blushing and that. Ravi says you guys should get expression on your show sometime. You want to see that happen? Hit up expressions in it and tell him jump over here and that. You know what I'm saying?
I remember in my birthday.
See, I told you. These people want in it. I even forgot your birthday from time to time. So there you go in it. That's how much these people like you in it. But yeah, anyone you want to see over here? Whose birthday is tomorrow? Is his birthday tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm not breaking lockdown rules.
She just sipping by herself in that. You know what I'm saying? She ain't breaking out. Just want to put this out there for any authorities who might be watching. Every member of the Sarcasm City TV team follow all rules and regulations when it comes to lockdown. Follow all rules regarding the tiers and whatever city we are in. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was excellent, isn't it? But yeah, as Ravi said, anybody you want to see on the channel, just hit them up and then they'll know in it. You just gotta keep telling them we want to see you on Sarcasm City. We want to see you on Sarcasm City TV. We want to see you and keep telling them, and then we'll make that happen. Get the likes up, mods. Let us know how many likes we are on in the video. Any more questions you lot have, because we are going to close out the show. We've been going an hour and 17 minutes. We're going to close out the show.
Somebody asked a question that I touched on earlier.
One sec, before you go, everyone in the comments, let us know where you're watching from, please. That's what I want to do before we go. Let us know where you are watching from before myself and Jan touch on the last question. So yeah, we want the city, we want the country. Where you watching from? Not just the city, not just the country. We want both. Go on, Jan.
There's 2 questions from Ravi B. Carrick. He says, what's my thoughts on Mahrez? You know what? I've said this a few times now. Mahrez is a fantastic player. Like, one of the best at what he does in terms of his skill. His first touch is unreal. Like, I say this all the time. His first touch is great. I think with Mahrez, the problem that he's got is we don't get the best out of him. And I don't think that's anything to do with Pep or City in general. I think it's just the way we play football. It's like cute little passes and basically walking the ball into the net. And I think he prefers a bit more space where he can kind of like bring it down and run into space. And then, like he could at Leicester. And I just don't think he gets that at City. So I'm not saying that I don't like him, because I do. And he is a quality player. But I just don't know if he works so well at City. It's kind of like Klopp. Like, Klopp has a system and the system works for certain players. If you put other players into that system, it might not work so well. And I feel like Mahrez, in our system and the way we play, we don't get the best out of him. He still scores goals and gets assists because he's quality. but I just think we don't play to his strengths. So a lot of our fans don't really like him. I think it's more so because, you know, he's in the squad and he plays, and sometimes he doesn't do, he's not effective in that game. And Pep will kind of leave him on, and people, rather than get frustrated, you know, with Pep, like they might get frustrated with Mahrez because they'll be like, you're not doing anything in this game. We need you, you know, and there's been games before where City have been struggling and he's not done anything. And it's not, when it happens more than once, I don't think it's his fault all the time. I think a lot of it is how we play and it just doesn't suit him. But obviously that comes into it where people will get onto him. So I don't know. He also said, do you guys think Foden needs to leave to play regularly and be a great player? No, I don't think. I touched on this earlier. Foden actually plays quite a lot. He doesn't get as much game time as I think he might want, but he still plays consistently. Like if you look at City and the amount of minutes played per player, Foden is nowhere near the bottom. So, you know, I think, and he's only going to get more and more time when other players leave, you know. So, and who knows? I think somebody did mention it actually. I think it was Gemma. He said that basically he thinks that Pep doesn't really like playing Foden and De Bruyne together because they're both quite attack-minded.
But that's mad because he played Silva and De Bruyne together.
Yeah, but I think David Silva would do like the extra pass. So it kind of, it's interesting because it's like they say the game is more open, which is interesting because when De Bruyne played with Foden, it was the Brighton game and it was very open. It's end to end. So I get what Jammer's saying because when you've got like obviously Gundogan played as well in that game, but when you've got like a Gundogan with Rodri and Fernandinho or whatever, Gundogan he will make that extra pass, so it makes it less end to end. Whereas when Foden plays and De Bruyne play, they're both all about, they're like tunnel vision for the goal, so they want to either get an assist or get a goal, so they'll just run with it. Not that it's a bad thing. But I think Pep likes to be more in control of the game. And I think when them two play, we're less likely to be in control. So I think that's
big on my Don, man. Get me? This is love for real and that. Sorry to cut you off and that. Big on my guy in it. You know what I'm saying and that. Love for that family. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. Make sure you subscribe to United Central in it. That's my guy right there in it. You see why I call these man my Dons and my brothers and I say, oh, he salute the circle. So when people are like, why'd you big these man up so much? It's for reasons like that. Stuff they do publicly and stuff they do behind the scenes also. So big up Saeed. Make sure you subscribe to United Central. You like he's put salute to you guys. Road to 2K. It's road to 2K subs for us on Sarcasm City TV. It's road to, I think, 30K for United Central and that. Like I said, you'll catch me on there on a weekly basis on Red Talk. And you'll catch all your biggest United influencers on that channel also in it. Big up Saeed each and every time, man. Love for that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Big up Saeed for the super chat, man. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Cody says Toronto, Canada. Big up, yo. We get people from the 6 a lot, you know. Yeah, people from them notice that because Cody's not. That's the first time I can remember seeing your name. Big up to you and that. But I've seen like 3 or 4 other people pop up and be like, yeah, I'm from watching from the 6.
Yeah.
We'll get to the United Liverpool game as well. I see people asking 187 Gangster Crip, happy birthday to you as well. And he says tomorrow and that. So yeah, man, happy birthday for you tomorrow. Matt said he's from Compton. Yeah, man, Glazes out says hit the like button. He also said, yeah, it's my B-day tomorrow. Perfect present. We'll be getting 3 points out. Anytime, innit? I love winning there, man. You know how unbearable I'm going to be if we are top of the league and also win at Anfield. Like, you think I'm unbearable now on social media. Like, Lord, that Q&A at 11, is it 10 p.m.? Are we doing that at 10 or 11? I forgot what time I said it to. I think it's 10. Yeah, see that? She don't even pay attention. I already told her this is 10 p.m. Q&A. She just shows up when she wants. Because she looks good, she gets away with it, innit? Look, you show all them teeth. Let's go, Yancy. Don't bite your nails and get embarrassed now. Bush your gun in it. Say that again?
I wasn't biting my nails.
Oh, was it? All right, that's what I thought it wasn't. All right, cool. But yeah, let's hope in it. I'm hoping Manchester United win this game and that. But yeah, man, road to 2K. Yeah, man, big up Saeed, man. Let me get Saeed. Big up says Manny. 187 Gangster Crip says big up to Saeed for the super chat. Sentiment says, hey, big and bad Bumba Clark Saeed, you know. You're a fool, yo. Saeed is a G. Facts. 40 likes, big up. Yeah, he is a G. Ravi said he's a G. Decent show tonight, Yan City. Tonight, Yan Sarcasm City is quality. Big on, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, this is what we try and provide every single day. This show you get every Friday, 10 p.m. We was late, though, because of Yan City. But, yeah, you get this show and all other shows on Sarcasm City TV. Yeah, so many other shows. And each show on Sarcasm City TV, there's a playlist for. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, there's a playlist for every show. So there's a playlist for the GyalDem City meets ManDem United, the GyalDem City podcast, ManDem United podcast, Agenda FC, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, the whole 9 in it. Every single show there is one. There is one for. And also you can listen on audio only platforms. So underneath every single Sarcasm City TV video, you can listen to us on audio only platforms. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, just type in Sarcasm City TV. So you can listen at work, you can listen while you're driving in your car, while you're at home, wherever else. But yeah, on to the big game on the weekend. Liverpool versus Manchester City. It's always the game I'd personally... Go on. What are you saying? What are you saying, Jan?
Liverpool versus Man City.
I mean, Liverpool versus Manchester United. I'm tripping. Biggest game, yeah. Big game on the weekend. Obviously, Liverpool versus Manchester United. It's the game I always look to when the fixture list drops. As a United fan, the fixture list drops. The first game I look for away at Anfield. Every single season without failing it. For as long as I've been looking at fixture lists when they drop, that's the game I always look for, because this is the team I hate the most. You know me? They're the number one up. You know what I'm saying? Like, without question, the number one. Yeah, I hate Manchester City. Yes, I hate Leeds. Yes, I hate Arsenal and Newcastle and the rest. But Liverpool are number one up. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, how do I see it going? My head says draw. But how Ollie lines up is then when I can give my proper prediction, because that tells me how we're going to approach the game. And I have no idea how Ollie's going to line up. I want us to go for it because their defense is the weakest point of their team. I seen Stroll tweet out saying it's looking like Matip will be fit. So, yeah, I am tired. I've been up since late, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired, fam. You know what I'm saying? Allow me. Matip might be fit, which I presume. So it'll be Matip and say a Reece Williams, or a Matip and Fabinho. We all know Trent's been in poor form anyway, and also defensively suspect. Right, Robertson's good, but yeah, man, let's go press these, man, and go attack. But you never know, innit? With Ollie, I wouldn't be surprised to see, I don't know, 4-2-3-1 with no Pogba, and it's Fred, McTominay, Bruno, Dan James, Rashford, and Cavani or something like that. I can see him doing something like that. That being said, I could see him getting it right and play. I want to see Bruno, Pogba, Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood. Go for it. That's what I would say. Go for it. I want to see an attacking lineup. That's what I would say. Glazes out. This is a great point. He says, remember when these pagans tried to compare the City and Liverpool team to 2008 and 99? Go on, here she goes. Here she goes. Go on. Get your smile off. Go on. Go on.
The reason why people compare Man City is because they broke every record. And when Man United were flying at the top, they weren't getting them records that City got. So that's why City are up there. The next season, when they went back to back, they also won all the domestic. They had a domestic sweep, which Fergie said was impossible. So City, I think, have a reason to be there. Liverpool, I agree with you. I don't think that Liverpool team were as good as everyone makes out they were. Yes, don't get me wrong, that 2 years where they won the actually, that season when they won the Champions League, they were actually better than the season after when they won the league. Because I don't think that second season when Liverpool won the league, they were as good as that season where they came very close and they went and won the Champions League. But I don't think that team, from what they, how they were going on, yes, they won the league very early on, but because they were already favourites to win it from early on and there was no pressure, they weren't in any other competitions at one point, I think they should have done better in terms of, I think they should have got 100 points because they were on track to get way more than 100 points. And I think, I think they They should have done better. I think they should have broke. I thought they were going to break all of our records. They ended up not breaking any. I think they matched one. And they broke one record, which was the fastest team to win the league.
Yeah,
but I don't think that was City's record anyway. I think that was United or someone's record. So they didn't break any of our records. So I was surprised by that.
And the thing, people, the reason why City and Liverpool sides get compared to Manchester United sides of the past 08 and 99 is because you always get compared to the bar. That's what it is. You're going to get compared to whoever the bar is. So whoever, sorry, I'm laughing at that comment. You'll have to ask Jan City in it. She might, oh no, or that might be a membership thing actually. Yes, we are starting membership as well, which we'll get onto before the end of the video. So let us know what perks you would like to see. I already know what you're going to say, 187 Gangster Crip, but anyone else, let us know what perks you would like to see once we launch the Sarcasm City TV membership.
What Abby's saying.
Go on.
What is, wait.
What? Which comment?
Because
we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
So well, yes, you won it back to back to back, but you didn't win it back to back to back on both of them years. You won it back to back to back on one of the things. So the team might have won it 3 times, but this City team, do you know what I mean, could win it 3 times in 4 years. So it's not
the same. Like someone said in the comments there.
No, I'm not saying that, but it wasn't like Fergie came in and won it back to back to back straight away. Like it took a while and then we won it later on back to back to back. City are not where Man United were at that time.
Yeah, we know this, man, innit? Like 3-peated twice. But the reason why them teams get compared to the Manchester United sides is because we're the bar, that's why. So that's what happens. Same way it's basketball for any basketball fans. As soon as a player comes in the league and starts hitting top form, he gets compared to Jordan. The same way we were talking about Aguero. Who did Jan City compare him to? Thierry Henry. You're always going to be compared to the GOATs of your position and of the era before you. So that's what it is, of course. Because people overlook, like I've said this before, people overlook that first Chelsea side. To me, that first Chelsea side is the best non-Manchester United side I've personally seen in the Premier League. I think it's better than the City side. It's better than Liverpool side.
Is that the one where they conceded like 12 goals all season?
Yes, that City side. Yeah. I think that City side. That Chelsea side. To me, that's the best one I've ever seen. That's the best non-United Premier League side I've seen. I think it goes 99, 08, just United sides. Then third is Chelsea. Then I probably would I put City 4th? Yeah, I put City 4th. That's what I'd say. But I'd put that City team 4th. That's what I'd go with. The one that got 99 points with Silva, De Bruyne, Aguero, that one. And then you can argue amongst yourselves the rest in it.
Oh, the second one. Yeah, De Bruyne was injured all season.
Yeah, he was injured. So, yeah, that goes to showing it. And he got 99 points. Ginger Mark Albrighton, man, he's been holding him back from records. But it is what it is, isn't it? There we go. 43 likes. Yo, get us to 50 before we close out and that. We've been here an hour and a half. Entertainment, just talking Manchester clubs. You know what I'm saying? What are you grinning up at going? What's so funny in that? What did I miss? Yeah. Go on. What is it?
I hate him, man. Fergie could only win it twice in 26 years. We'll give
hey. Let's say the GOAT slander, all right. Yeah, we don't.
The GOAT. I'm just saying, if you give Pep another 22 years and he hasn't won it more than Fergie, then I will hold my hands up. But until then, don't call me that. He'll win the Champions League. He will do.
The Crip. This has been said, yeah, and that's why that United team can never be spoken to. That's why, because we've done things. To me, I don't care about records and that. I'm trophies in it. What did you win? What's the winner's medal? You know what I mean? How many winner's medals did you get?
That's why it's interesting, because people say that and then they say this Liverpool side's the best side they've ever seen.
Because people are
they won singular trophies.
Yeah. So KJ said that on the stream, man. They can win one. They win one trophy a season. What kind of champions are you?
That's why I don't think that is better. And this is why with City, like that season that you're talking about, the second season where we went back to back, not only did we go back to back, but we did something that no other team has ever done. And Fergie said was impossible. I'm not saying it's better than Man United's treble, because it isn't. But that Fergie, as good as Fergie was, the GOAT of the Premier League, whatever you want to call him, couldn't do that. So I'm just saying, if he couldn't do it, that means it's exceptionally hard. And you can argue all you want that he didn't care about them trophies. Fergie cared about trophies. That's why.
He definitely cared, especially the FA Cup. Yeah.
I agree. And that's why people say that 100-point season where I think we did a double wasn't as good as the season where we won all of the trophies with the league.
I hear that. And you know what? I would agree with that. I'm taking 3 trophies and not the 100 points total rather than 2 trophies. I want trophies and winners medals. Indepal says 21 in 21 because I'm 21. Okay, Indepal, you think 21's coming? You think 21's coming in 2021? Yeah. Someone convinced me in it. I'm still yet to be sold on this argument. I need to talk to somebody. Somebody's got to lie to me in it and blag me because nobody's convinced. And I hate the fact that United are in this position and I can't even get lost. I can't even get lost in the source of it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I really can't. Like, I asked you if United are title contenders and you just smiled and laughed and chuckled to yourself about that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what everybody does. I can't even say it with a straight face. You know what I'm saying? This pains my soul. Don't patronize me. It pains me. You know what I'm saying? My team is in the position it's in with the quality of ballers we've had, because we have a quality side in terms of some of the ballers we've had.
In my defense, if City were top right now, I wouldn't be saying we've won the league. I'd be saying we're in a good position to do so.
Yeah, you're tripping.
Because how many times has City been top of the league at this stage and I've been like, nah. And we have gone on to win it, but it's one of them things where I'm not going to say, if City go top next week, I'm not going to be like, yeah, City won the league.
No, I don't win the league, but I'm going to win the league. Yeah. I'm City or Liverpool. I'm confident still my team's going to win the league. I'm saying. I'm confident. Yeah, you lot see that everyone's just banking on fate. See what Manny's saying here? He said sometimes fate just has a way of working. Everything smells 21. See what I'm saying? We just banging on fate.
Said when they were top, oh, it's fate.
Yeah, but don't ever compare us to Bottom Hotspur, all right? Don't ever compare us to that. You know what I'm saying? Someone called their ground Bus Park Lane and that. I was dying. You know what I'm saying? Did you watch them against Fulham? On a complete side note.
Who?
Spurs.
I watched some of it.
Yeah, Fulham should have won. Fulham should have won. It's mad. All right, let's run down. You lot get the likes up to 50. Me and Yan City are just going to run through the Premier League fixtures for the weekend, give our quick thoughts before we dip. We'll do that. So I'm just literally getting them up. Yan City, tell them what they need to do.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it on your social media, and tell people to subscribe, and it's free.
There you go. And I make sure to tag above this as well when the video ends, Yan City's channel. Can I even do that? I think so. Anyway, if you change your custom URL, but make sure you subscribe to Yan City ENT. She has got some content on there for you lot. Ain't that right, Yan City?
Yeah, of course. More shows coming.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So we got Wolves West Brom is the early kickoff tomorrow. Jesus, that is a dry game. If that was getting played in my back garden, I'd probably close the curtains. But yeah, Wolves West Brom. Wolves win. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, gotta be.
All right. West Ham Burnley. You gotta make sure you're at home for that 3 o'clock kickoff. West Ham Burnley. Make sure you're at home, fam.
We're doing a watch along.
West Ham. Yeah, we're doing a watch along for West Ham Burnley.
Yeah. That's probably going to be more entertaining than the watch alongs that we've done.
Yeah, you know what? That's not hard than that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if you gotta get to 1K subs first, are you sure? I swear I've tagged someone who's not got 1K subs. All right, cool.
I ain't got 1K subs.
Nah, you know, but we'll get you to 1K subs. Make sure you subscribe in it. You'll get there soon enough. All right, but make sure you subscribe to Yan City ENT and Manny Good Vibes. Just type it in your YouTube bars. There you go. So, all right, West Ham Burnley tomorrow. Draw. What are you saying?
I think West Ham will win.
Okay. You say Burnley don't travel well, but that's got draw written all over it. Leeds, Brighton. That'll be a good game, I think.
What game, sorry?
Leeds versus Brighton.
Yeah, I think that'll be a draw because I think they'll both go for it.
Yeah, that's why I think it'll be the best one to pick. Yeah. They're both gonna go for it. Say that again.
Like a free draw.
Because like free, you know. All right. Fulham, Chelsea. You all right there?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Fulham versus Chelsea.
Fulham versus Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, Chelsea have to win that. There's no way Super Frankie Lampard can't win that.
Are they at home?
No, it's at Craven Cottage. Chelsea got to win that. West London Derby, they have to win that.
Chelsea have to win that. But that is a game that will frustrate Chelsea because of the way Fulham play. But they'll win.
There you go. Big up United Daily, who says subbed already. Right. After that, late kickoff after that. Leicester Southampton is the late kickoff tomorrow, 8:00. But that's two teams flying high as well, actually.
Yeah, they're both not that far apart.
Yeah, they both flying high.
You said Leicester, Southampton.
Yeah. Leicester City, Southampton.
Everton. Where am I that?
I don't know.
I don't know what fixtures I saw because I've seen some next fixtures.
Yeah, I don't know what you were talking about.
Are you sure it's Crystal Palace against City this weekend?
I'm positive it's Manchester City.
After the United game, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Ooh, that's a hard one, but I think Leicester will win.
Okay. All right. So Leicester Southampton. I can see a draw, right? Sunday's game, Sheffield United, Tottenham. Spurs have to win that, surely.
Yeah, no way. No way.
That being said, Sheffield United just picked up their first win, so they're going to be confident. And you know what Mourinho's like? Mourinho going to go there and park buses against Sheffield United. Or park buses at the bottom of the league, definitely. And then obviously the big one, Liverpool versus Manchester United. Like I said, I reckon it'll be a draw. That's what I'm thinking. What do you reckon?
It better be a draw. I want a draw with 5 red cards.
What do you think it will be?
I think United will win. I think it's Anfield, and I think you don't normally win at Anfield, do you? But I think, and I don't think somebody said earlier, Bruno Fernandes ain't going to turn up. It's going to be probably Pogba that turns up. But yeah, I think United will edge it 2-1.
The last time you was talking about this, you rolled us over in the derby, innit? But I reckon draw.
Yeah, no, I was saying that I thought you might do it, but I think. Thank you, Why Not Sentiment. Keep it going.
What's he said?
He said sub to half of Manny and Yanni and Manny.
Yanni and Manny show.
The better half of Yanni and Manny, and then that's mine.
The Manny and Yanni show. Let me put this up. Yeah, the Manny and Yanni show. Y'all need to get that popping. That'll pop.
That was my idea.
I would actually pop the Manny and Yanni show.
My mum calls me Yanni. She's the only person that calls me that.
Oh, bless Yan City Senior. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then what is it? Yeah, Man City versus Crystal Palace. That's the final game on the Sunday.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. We beat them easily or they beat us. There's no in between. Like, it's either they come and beat us 3-2 or we beat them like 3-0. There's just no in between. Like, so I honestly don't know. But Crystal Palace looked good this season and they beat us when they weren't good. So I don't know.
You know what? I think you lot are on the roll. You got the bit between your teeth. I think Pep's got that. The team has that. All right, let's go and win this title because you got favorable games coming up with the home games against lesser opposition. Manchester City, United or Liverpool or both are going to drop points. Yeah. Southampton and or Leicester are going to both drop points. Yeah, you always trying to be pragmatic in this fake.
Easy win for United or an easy win for Liverpool. I don't know. It's weird. City are good under pressure. We are good under pressure, but that game hasn't been easy for us in recent years, isn't it? Like,
Crystal Palace are a good side. They do travel well.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, I think we beat them 5-0 a bunch of times, and then they started beating us. But they normally have like shots from outside the box that are like wonder goals, like
Andrew Townsend and that.
Yeah. That was a brilliant goal.
And Monday's game is Arsenal versus Newcastle.
Sorry, the comments are cracking me up.
Big up Manny, who says, I want someone to look at me the way Neeks looked at Yan. Check the videos on the channel, Serious Talks about racism in football. Yes, make sure you check them out. And I've not seen the video in full, but what Manny's saying, yeah, get someone who looks at you in a loving manner, in it. You know what I'm saying? Get you someone who looks at
me in a loving manner.
Say that again?
I don't know if he's looking at me in that way.
I don't know, innit? That's according to Manny, innit? That's what Manny's saying. Who knows, innit? That's what Manny's saying. I've not seen it. Racism rarely. I struggle with racism talking it. You know what I'm saying? And like,
I don't.
It really. This is why, innit? It's a bit too serious for me, innit? Obviously, I already liked the video and shared and that, but it's a bit too much for me. It's a bit too much. So yes, Arsenal, Newcastle. What are we saying? I reckon draw. Hashtag Brucey Ball and that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Kendall.
They've
That's
done
what I reckon it'd be.
the smaller sides. I mean, the bigger sides. Newcastle.
Well, me and you did a watch along of that game, the FA Cup, Arsenal Newcastle, and it was dry.
It was draw.
Yeah, it was a draw. Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah. That being said, as well, people, you will be getting Arsenal watch alongs on here with Cam, who's also one of the hosts on Gonna Talk from the Arsenal. So you get Gonna Talk from the Arsenal here every Monday, 9 p.m. So it's Cam, Charlie, Quill every Monday, 9 p.m. And you'll also get Arsenal watch alongs on the channel also, alongside the Manchester United watch alongs too. And when Yan City decides get me to sort herself out, you'll get Manchester City watch alongs as well. There you go.
Oh yeah, just clocked. Because somebody said there United will get pummeled as usual, but we'll still be in the title challenge. Every time you think Liverpool is lacking, they get it together. You know what? I do think with Liverpool being at Anfield, the last team they're going to want to lose that to is Man United, and I think that's why it might be a draw, because both teams don't want to lose. It's going to be like a derby where both teams don't want to lose, so they're both going to go out there and hope they can nick a winner. But it depends whether you get that. I think Man United have the better chance of getting a winner if it is close.
We got more match winners than that. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but I don't know. Liverpool, I don't think Liverpool are going to be in this sort of form for long. They're going to get it back together soon anyway.
They got the players, they got the manager too. Yeah,
but it's just at the moment while they're in a poor form, that's probably the best time for Man United to play Liverpool, just because they're not in the best form and they're going to be under a bit of pressure because you're ahead of them in the table. So
that being said,
for you to play.
You lot play on Wednesday against home to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, for God's sake. Villa are not easy.
Yeah, big up everyone who supports Villa. You know what I'm saying? Big up everyone supports. Sorry, that always chuckles me. I can't say Villa anymore without doing the accent. Big up all the Brumdons in it. No one beat me up or anything. It's all jokes. I love the accent in it. I don't want no qualms in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, Neeks was taking it all in. Big up Neeks, man, innit? You know what I'm saying? He was paying attention to what he was saying.
We concentrate when I'm talking, innit?
Yeah, we all concentrate when you're talking. I be paying attention. I've been here for 1 hour and 46 minutes paying attention to you. But right, let them know where they can find you because we're going to end the show now, people.
You can find me on my channel, Sarcasm City. See it there? Or you can find me on my other channel, Yan City ENT. Subscribe to that. The link is in the chat. And you can find me tomorrow morning at probably about 11:30 to midday here on GyalDem City with Rose. So you get to see the beautiful Rose. I'm sure you'll sign in for her. And yeah, you'll find me on the Q&A on Sunday. Jeremiah, make sure you're in the chat because I forgot to come for you. And you know what? You better hope you beat Liverpool, because if not, I'm double coming for you. And, you know, even if City lose, I'm still coming for you. I don't care.
Just to let everyone know, I am going to be waived on that Q&A. So I'll either be celebrating a victory at Liverpool or content with a draw or drowning my sorrows. Say that again?
No, I said drowning sorrows.
Or drowning my sorrows, whichever way, and make sure you look into that. Yeah, man, respect, man. Make sure you like RB says in it. Make sure you hit the like button, share, and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. So like Yan City said, GyalDem City tomorrow at 11:30. So that'll be everything Manchester City. And then 8 p.m. we're pushing it a day forward, the Sarcasm City podcast. So we'll be discussing current affairs. M. Honcho getting he got revealed in it. Someone dropped a hidden video. Someone recorded him without his mask on. So we'll be discussing M. Honcho, discussing obviously Snoop and M, probably that further plus more. I'm not sure what else, but you can tell I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Manny, let us know what time your show is tomorrow. And then Sunday, you've got the watch along.
I haven't forgotten.
The watch along on here tomorrow. Watch along on Sunday that will start at 4. And then we'll do, and then obviously the Q&A.
I'm actually coming on that.
Yeah. And then 10 p.m. for Manny's show tomorrow. His show, Manny Good Vibes. What you want with? Wait, not even a preview. What is it for?
It's our show. It's our new show.
Okay. The Yanni and Manny show.
I can't remember who else is on it.
All right. I'm tired anyway, innit? So let me go before I start. You get me rambling on. But yes, people, this has been the GyalDem City podcast meets the ManDem United podcast on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much.